Heavenly Father, I come before you today, not with patience or composure or the quiet resignation of someone who has simply learned to live with their pain. I come with urgency, with desperation, and with a faith that has been tested by time, but has refused to die. Because the truth is, Father, I have been hurting for a long time. Not the kind of hurt that announces itself dramatically and then resolves in a reasonable amount of time, but the quiet, persistent, deeply embedded kind that becomes such a familiar part of daily life that you almost forget there was ever a version of you that did not carry it. I have been carrying wounds that predate conversations I have had this year. I have been navigating the present with injuries from the past that were never properly treated, never fully healed, never truly laid down, just covered over with busyness and determination and the relentless forward motion of a life that did not stop moving long enough for me to stop and actually deal with what was broken. But I am stopping today. I am stopping right here, right now, in this prayer, and I am bringing every layer of this pain before you with the boldness of someone who has finally decided that enough is enough, that living half alive, half present, half healed is no longer acceptable when the God who made me is fully capable of restoring me completely. Today, it ends. The carrying alone ends. The silent suffering ends. The settling for survival when you promised me life ends. Today, healing begins. I need you to go deep. Father, deeper than I have let anyone go before. Deeper than the surface-level okayness I present to the world. Deeper than the manageable version of my pain that I have carefully curated for public consumption. I need you to go into the places I have kept locked. The rooms inside me where the real damage lives. Where the formative wounds were inflicted and never properly healed. Where the grief I never fully processed settled like sediment at the bottom of everything I do and everything I feel. Go there, Lord. I am unlocking those doors today, and I am inviting you in, not because it is comfortable, but because I am more afraid of staying broken than I am of the vulnerability of letting you see the full extent of the damage. You already see it. You have always seen it. I am simply finally agreeing to stop pretending otherwise. Heal the places where loss left holes that I have been trying to fill with things that were never designed for that purpose, with busyness that kept me from feeling, with relationships that I unconsciously asked to carry the weight of healing that only you could provide, with achievements that felt like proof of my worth and yet somehow never quieted the inner voice that questioned it. None of those things reached the depth where the wound actually lived. But you can. Your healing goes exactly as deep as the damage, reaches exactly as far as the pain has spread, and covers exactly what nothing else has been able to touch. That is what I need today, Father. Not a surface treatment, not temporary relief, not another coping strategy to help me carry what I was never meant to keep carrying. I need the real thing, the kind of healing that transforms rather than merely manages, that restores rather than merely repairs, that makes genuinely new what was broken, rather than simply patching what was damaged. Restore my peace, Lord, the deep interior peace that was one of the first casualties of prolonged pain. Because when you hurt long enough, peace stops feeling like a natural state and starts feeling like something that happens to other people, something you glimpse occasionally and then lose again before you fully figure out how to hold it. I want peace that stays. I want the kind of settled, rooted, unshakable inner calm that does not evaporate the moment circumstances get hard, or memories surface, or fear makes its familiar entrance. Let that peace begin today, Father. Not when everything is resolved, not when every question has an answer, and every wound has a scar, and every storm has fully passed. Now, in the middle of the process, in the middle of the mess, let peace that surpasses my full understanding take up residence in me today, and refuse to be evicted by anything the enemy tries to bring against it. Teach me to trust the healing process, Father, because I know that some of what has been broken in me did not break overnight, and will not be restored overnight, and I want to be a patient and cooperative participant in my own healing, rather than someone who gives up because the timeline does not match my urgency. Help me recognize progress, even when it is incremental. Help me celebrate the small shifts the day I respond differently to a trigger. The moment I catch a lie before it takes root. The first time a memory surfaces and does not take me under the way it used to. These are evidence that you are working, even when the full restoration is not yet visible. And I want eyes to see them, and a heart that receives them as the gifts they are. I surrender every hidden hurt today, Father, the ones I have named and the ones I do not yet have words for. I surrender the fear that this pain is simply permanent, that this is just who I am now, that healing is for others, but somehow not quite for me. It ends today. The pain does not get another year of my life unchallenged. Heal me, restore me, and let me finally find the peace you always intended for me to live in.